Welcome to Hoy Hoys and Dilly Dillies. My name is Emilio.
And my name is Patricio.
And this is episode 6. 6 episodes in, Pat. Growing little by little every day.
It's episode 5I for those that read numbers in the Superbowl.
VI, you mean?
What'd I say?
You said 5I. So
yeah.
Half of that didn't make sense.
Yeah, 5 plus I equals, I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of Super Bowl, how boring was that game?
It was easily the most boring Super Bowl I've ever seen.
Yeah, and easily some of the most disappointing trailers I've ever seen for anything.
Oh, the commercials were bad. The halftime show was bad. The game was bad.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't fantastic. I don't like that the Patriots won. I do really hate that, 2 weeks after the game, they're finally like, oh, yeah, that was pass interference at the Saints game. They finally called it.
It was pass interference, and there was some bad calls in the Super Bowl. I mean, there were two PIs. There were two PIs. Hold on. What's that?
So it was worse because it was my team.
Well, sure. It was even worse that my team wasn't even in it.
What do you expect?
I mean, a lot of people are now saying that, the Saints would have won because of the way the Patriots only put up 13 on the Rams. Well, no, because the Saints don't have the Rams defense.
Saints got pretty good D this year.
It doesn't compare. Rams are the only team in the NFL that were ranked in the top 5 in both rushing and passing defenses.
Do you think that the Patriots defense could have held against Breeze, though?
Sure. I think, the Patriots defense has always been a bend but don't break.
Yeah.
They would have given up yards to Breeze, but I mean, look, this is a team that beat the Chiefs twice during the regular season, and the Chiefs had a higher scoring offense than the Saints. I'm not saying the Saints wouldn't have won. They might have. But it's one of those things, just because A beat B, B will beat C. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl was very shitty. Very shitty Super Bowl.
What's sad is we missed, the opportunity finally for the ultimate Santos Coy House Smack Talk Saints-Patriots Super Bowl.
Yeah, you weren't there, though.
Me or Diego wouldn't have heard the end of it, depending on who lost, if the Saints went, but,
Well, it doesn't matter who New England was playing. I was going for that team. I was a Rams fan for that day.
Yeah, so was I.
If somehow the Raiders were playing the Patriots in like the championship, I'd still be going for New England.
Yeah. So I was at work for like the first half of the Super Bowl, right? And we put it on the radio. Apparently, these idiots commentating on the Super Bowl don't know how to commentate at all.
No.
Don't know how to do a thing. It's supposed to be, this is how it should be. Brady with the hike, or, gets the ball in the pocket, pressure from the D-line or whatever. Brady looks to Edelman, on the left side, throws, complete, Edelman down 5 yards, after the catch. Something like that. These guys are, first of all, they do it for one play, and then they go on and on and on about that play, and then they're like, oh, Rams have the ball. I'm like, well, what else happened? Jeez. It's some of the worst things.
Well, it's weird. It's like in baseball. If I'm watching a game on TV, the announcer will say, he's in the windup, there's the pitch, and it's hit deep. Center fielder's going back. He's going way back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It's gone. Okay, now, when you're at the game, the ball is out of the park in literally a second.
Yeah.
It's like the home – I don't understand how they have that much time to speak before the ball has actually left the stadium. Because if you're at a professional baseball game, a home run is not doing that. It's like pitch to hit, it's gone.
Yeah.
So
it's probably like 5 seconds total between contact and it gone. Before you can tell it's gone, at least.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if he's got like the time stone and he's just slowing down everything to be able to get all the words in.
Think Thanos would be a good commentator then?
No, because he'd eliminate half the team.
Oh, well, I wish he'd done that to the Rams, and our Saints would be in the Super Bowl. What was I going to go on about? But yeah, the dudes don't know how to commentate. Can you believe first play of the game, interception?
Yeah, it was great. Well, it wasn't the first play.
Or first possession, I mean.
Yeah.
Do you know, so, me and my manager, we were like, do you realize how rich someone probably just got off of that? Someone in Vegas bet something. And then we heard on the radio, they're talking about it. The one thing they talked about that I actually wanted to hear and said, the bet for that was 70-1 odds.
Wow.
Someone made some good money.
Yeah, there's too many bets.
Too many bets. We need Thanos to erase half of all bets.
Yeah. I'd like Thanos to erase half of all humanity, and that humanity being the liberals.
The left, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think America's pretty split half and half? It's just the left is a lot louder?
No. I think when a question is phrased in a poll, would you like free healthcare? Would you like free college? The answer is going to come back, sure.
Yeah, I would love free college, but it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, well, the follow-up question should always be, and how will we pay for it?
Yeah, who pays for it?
I don't know. Yeah.
They're like, not you, but everyone else in your city will. I'm like, no, that's not fair.
Well, now that we're on that and free crap for everybody, your favorite and mine, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, released her great new Green New Deal.
What is it? I didn't read anything on it.
The Green New Deal is a 10-year plan to create a greenhouse gas neutral society that creates unprecedented levels of prosperity and wealth for all, while ensuring economic and environmental justice and security. Now,
does she know wealth for all means no wealth at all? If everyone's rich, no one's rich.
Let me finish.
Go for it.
This guarantee, this is in her plan. This is right off her website. It guarantees a job with family-sustaining wages, family and medical leave, vacations, and retirement security. All right?
Mm-hmm.
It guarantees to everyone a high-quality education, including higher education and trade schools. It guarantees to everyone high-quality health care. It guarantees to everyone clean air and water. It guarantees healthy food. It guarantees safe, affordable, and adequate housing. It guarantees an economic environment free of monopolies. And are you ready for the big one?
Yep, go for it.
It guarantees economic security to all who are unable or unwilling to work.
Unwilling to work?
That is correct.
That lady is a joke of a human being. God played a joke.
One of the things that she wanted to get rid of that actually had to get removed was to get rid of the greenhouse gases. She was guaranteeing within that 10-year frame that airplanes and farting cows would be eliminated.
Wow. Just in, Ocasio-Cortez wants full cow genocide. Yeah. PETA, get after her.
Hey, does that mean we're getting free steaks?
Yeah, do I get all the steaks for that? Steaks don't fart.
Yeah, and just when you thought it was over,
there's more.
Her military. Oh, there is more. I'm glad you asked. Her military plan is to close all the bases around the world, and our main defense would be provided by the National Guard.
Oh, wow. Why don't we just bend over and let all the other countries just have their way with us, huh?
No, because if you bend over, a little fart might escape, and then that's going to
send up 12 years later, it's bad. Because, she likes to compare the, World War II and climate change, easily the same thing, right? Did you hear that she said that? She compared the two?
Of course. This is a woman that couldn't even stand up and applaud.
For unemployment and stuff, I saw that.
Yeah, when the numbers... Well, what's worse, that or Kamala Harris rolling her eyes, and I forget what she said, but it was an expletive, when Trump mentioned that building a border barrier, a physical barrier, would help cut down on human and sex traffickers.
I mean, that's true.
She is for sex trafficking.
Yeah, I bet.
I just want to let you know that
Well, Patrick, you might want to be careful right there. If you're against child sex trafficking, you might be, against the LGBT community because, pedophilia is a sexual orientation now.
Is it really?
There are groups within the LGBTQ community.
Are you talking about NAMBLA?
You know what?
Are you talking about NAMBLA? the North American Man Boy Love Association? Is that what you're talking about?
Is that a thing?
That's a thing.
I've seen viral things on Twitter, very sadly viral, saying, pedophilia is a sexual orientation, much like homosexuality and stuff like that. I was like, okay, it's nice to know, Now, we know where all the pedophiles are going to, align themselves politically, so.
I personally happen to agree with that. I believe if you're sexually attracted to a child, that there's something misfiring in your synapses.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you.
There's something wrong. Yeah, well, yeah, but no, seriously. If I believe your sexual orientation is in your genetics. It's wired. Yeah. It's like I don't care what any far right Christian says. As a guy, I can tell you right now, no guy chooses to look at another man's ass and see love.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
You're born with it. I used to think, it was a choice, and then you put it that way, and I changed my way of thinking because it makes more sense.
Well, yeah, and I've had people, it's just logic. I've had people say, well, obviously you choose to be gay. Really? Did you choose to like women? No, I just always have. Exactly.
There you go.
So I think genuine pedophiles, there's something misfiring. They're just they should still be criminally prosecuted if they fall.
Absolutely.
But I think that's just the way their brain works.
Did you see the new thing that Liam Neeson is under fire? It's kind of related to that. Not pedophilia, but like primal urges and stuff. He's talking about that story.
Liam Neeson did nothing wrong by saying that.
No, of course not. And people are taking it out of context. Or like he wants to go kill a black guy. It's like, no, he's saying how he had a primal and brutal urge, and it's important to ignore it because those kinds of thoughts can be very evil.
Well, that's the thing.
They missed the entire point of it. He was denouncing those thoughts.
Yeah, and how many years ago?
A lot. I don't know. He said a long time ago, but Yeah.
And did he do it?
No, he didn't. No. And so, lesson is that he didn't do it. Yeah.
Well, there are people who believe that, you sin with your thoughts. Now, I don't know, but I can certainly tell you, me thinking about punching you in the face is very different from punching you in the face.
Yeah.
And for anybody to say that they're equal, well, they're wrong. They're just wrong.
I bet those are kind of people that say catcalling someone is just as bad as raping them.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Sorry, but no. If you get catcalled and you're a woman, I'm sorry. It is a little rude for guys to get catcalled, and we shouldn't do it. But no, you weren't raped. Stop joking.
I can honestly say, in my entire life, I've never catcalled a woman.
Neither have I. I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Now I've flirted with a woman, but I'm never like.
I know.
Yeah, jokingly, but I'll never see a woman that I don't know walking down the street and be like, "Hey, yo, ma," or I don't know. I might have stereotyped who cat calls people type of guys, but
Did you just say yo, ma?
It's the first thing that came to mind.
So we've established one of two things: either you're really bad at catcalling, or you're from the South.
I mean. I'm fine with being bad at catcalling because I never plan on doing it. I think it's disrespectful.
Well, that's fine.
I don't know. What's a catcall? Hey baby, let me
something like "Hey baby" or "Come here, mama." But hey, like ma,
or like the kissy sounds. You know how people, they like ma, or you ever heard that?
No, when I hear, wait, that was your kissy sound?
No, I didn't do that.
No, you said, "Hey, yo," like you're in Tennessee and you're hitting on someone's like your mother.
I think it's more Alabama.
Hey, yo, ma. You look good in those jeans.
Right outside the double wide and everything, huh?
Hey, there's probably a whole genre of porn for that.
Probably. Hey, Patrick, don't make fun of incest. Sexual orientation, you incestophobe.
God.
What's the term? What's the term for someone that thinks, or knows, I should say, pedophilia is wrong and disgusting? Pedophobe?
What's the
Pedophobe?
term for? No, that person's called normal.
That person's called a regular human being. Oh
Hey,
no, a pedophobe is someone who doesn't like children. Oh,
if you're related and you want to get it on and you're both consenting adults, I could care less.
go for it. It's not my fault if you have
It's
retarded children, mess up your genetics. Do what you
Well, you
want.
shouldn't have. Hey, you shouldn't have kids. But
Probably
like
not. Do what you want.
you know.
You want to be disgusting? Have some, messed up kids.
They can always abort the right.
Oh yeah, true.
Hey, Virginia's having
you
a
know.
rough time, man.
Oh, I know. Because what's the guy's name? The blackface KKK. It's one of the two, and they're both terrible.
Well, Virginia has chosen the absolute strangest way to celebrate Black History Month.
Is it? Wait. Oh, it's February, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Because we've got like 3 of them with blackface. One of them dressed up like a Klansman. But see, that's what people don't understand. The Democratic Party is the party of racism.
I saw a tweet. It said, I haven't seen, because there's a picture of all the women or the Democrats wearing white at the State of the Union, and the comment said, I haven't seen this many Democrats organized and wearing white since the Klan was formed.
Well, yeah,
It's the Klan all over again. They're going to kill conservatives
either that
and
or
babies and babies, apparently, because
and apparently farting cows.
farting cows. Down with them, you bovinophobe.
And now this idiot Adam Schiff wants to go after Trump's financial records. Now
Everyone's wanting to go after Trump's financial records. Leave him alone.
Yeah, well,
They're just mad because he's richer than them.
Well, it's not only that. That's not what the Russia probe was open for. It has nothing to do with Russia. You don't have the right to just randomly investigate people unless they've committed a crime.
Or
you can't investigate a person hoping to find a crime.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Democrats are really starting to get nervous because I think they know now that the Mueller probe is going to come up with nothing they wanted.
Yeah, it's not
anything beyond Russia and the Trump campaign collaborating to influence the election, which is they've already proven didn't happen. Anything beyond that scope should not be investigated.
They're just looking for something to get them impeached because they're desperate. You didn't see people doing that with Obama. You know what? You Democrats and liberals are so dang petty over stuff, you little whiny babies.
Well, and the thing is, they can't get him impeached.
No, they can't.
Because the Senate will never go for it. It's all grandstanding. And instead of running the government, we're going to get a wall built. It's going to happen. And they were all for the wall until Trump said he'd sign the bill. All of a sudden, it became immoral. And when he said at the State of the Union, I refuse to sit there and listen to people who are against the wall while living behind walls. He's right.
Yeah. You want to criticize, the rich and everything for not giving enough when you have, $1 million, 3 friggin' houses, Bernie Sanders, you old fart, live behind all the walls, got armed security and you're against guns and stuff, but you don't want the country to do it.
Did you see Bernie at the State of the Union?
No, did he look like a mad scientist like he always does?
He looked like, and I mean this literally, he looked like he was shitting into his Depends. He was straining.
Yeah, I'm seeing the pictures of him. He looks kind of like he's holding something in.
Yeah.
You know what he's probably holding in?
What's that?
The top 1%. He probably wants to say that so bad right there.
Say that again. You did good with that.
The top 1%. That's how he says it. The idiot. It must suck to be so old but so unwise. Gosh, I'd kill myself if I was that old and not wise yet.
Hey, how great was the picture of Joy Behar in blackface?
Dude, I saw that. That was amazing. Joy Behar's problematic past. Her racist past.
If anybody ever had a name that was the exact opposite of their personality, it's Joy.
But she's gonna get off because she said I was dressed as a beautiful African woman as opposed to just black person.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna be perfectly blunt here.
Go for it.
Somebody on either side of the political aisle dressing up in a costume, as distasteful as it is, should not cost them their job.
No,
You
it shouldn't.
know, if someone dresses up in blackface as, like, say, I don't know, let's just say a witch doctor or something for Halloween, it shouldn't cost them their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this is the rules that the left created, and the left has to live by them now. So they went after Kavanaugh with no evidence. Let's see how they do when they go after the lieutenant governor of Virginia with this female making the same accusations. They won't do anything. They won't do a thing. And that's the problem. It's hypocrisy. It's the same thing with the media. I don't care if they go after Trump, as long as you go after the next Democratic president with the same fervor. They didn't. Obama was handled with kid gloves. And Trump has been berated and attacked for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And
The
he's
worst
still getting
thing
stuff.
that I think conservatives did to go after Obama was the whole Muslim birth certificate thing, but that died out super fast. And then, it was just people like Alex Jones going after him, and conservatives. We disown Alex Jones because he's retarded beyond
Yeah,
belief.
he's an idiot. Yeah.
He thinks Sandy Hook didn't happen, so he's a jerk.
Yeah, that's right up there with thinking 9/11 was an inside job.
I don't think anyone should, attack anyone for their beliefs, but if I saw that Alex Jones was beat up on the street, I'd probably laugh a little bit. There's some people that just need a good beating.
I agree.
I'm not going to say go do it, but if I saw I'd laugh.
You know who needs a good beating? The dude in India. No, the dude in India that's suing his parents for giving birth to him. Now, for you Elizabeth Warren fans, when I say Indian, I mean actually India. India out in Asia. Yeah. He said it's wrong to bring children into the world because then they put up with lifelong suffering.
Why not just kill yourself? Just kill yourself. Easy solution there.
His argument was, we didn't ask to be born. We should not be paying for it for the rest of our lives.
So kill yourself. Easy. Easy peasy.
You know what? Not enough people do that.
No, they don't.
Unfortunately, too many people kill themselves for being depressed, and they I'd like to be able to help those people. But if you kill yourself because you're stupid, I'm fine with it.
Natural selection, underrated. We we gotta do it. Survival of the fittest, Patrick, and we'll have the perfect race.
I'm telling you, remove all warning labels and let it sort itself out.
Yeah, me and Albert were having a conversation like a week ago about the FDA, because the FDA is kind of like is coming after the vaping industry and stuff. And I think the most that the FDA should ever enforce and stuff like that is like you have to put a warning label on like nicotine products, and that's it. Other than that, let people do what they want.
But even now, everybody knows smoking's bad for you.
Yeah, because private institutions and doctors have said so. I don't need the FDA telling me that smoking causes cancer. Doctors that study for years privately did it. Now, I should still be able to smoke if I want to. If I want to get lung cancer at 30 and die at 35, I should be able to. I'm not going to. It's dumb to do that. But why does the FDA or the government tell me I can't?
I really think, and of course it's not a utopia, but I really think you should be able to do whatever you want as long as it doesn't affect anyone else.
Yeah, I've started thinking stuff like that.
But see, here's the problem with that. If you're not wearing a seatbelt and you get into a car accident, the taxpayer is more likely than not picking up some of your medical bill.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a smoker and you get lung cancer, the taxpayer is more likely than not going to pick up some of your medical bill. So unless you could have like a bond like say a couple $100,000 that would cover events such as that,
Yeah.
the rest of society is going to have a say in what you do. They're going to have it.
How about we just don't have other people pay for other people's stuff? Easy. That's the best way to de-incentivize doing bad, dumb things like drugs and stuff. Just say, hey, do what you want, but if you get cancer and you don't have insurance, you're screwed. I bet you people won't do it then, or drive without a seatbelt, or speed, or drunk drive. They're probably like, oh, I'll get
Yeah,
government
yep.
assistance or something. But
In
if
a
people
perfect
knew,
society.
yeah, if people knew that they had to be 100%, responsible for their decisions, which they should be, I think we'd have a much better society. Too many safe nets.
Yeah. I don't disagree, but we're not a society that'll do that.
Sad. Yeah, I mean, decency always goes a long way. I'll help someone out privately, and everyone's example, like, you're a Christian, which, I'm, weird on right now, my religion and stuff. But, they're like, God says to give your wealth and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, he says give it to your neighbor. He didn't say give your money to the Romans so they can help poor people. He said help, like, the needy and stuff. So I'm like, your argument is flawed. I'll help people, but I'm not going to give my resources to someone else to help who they think needs help. I'll help who I think needs help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's the price of stupidity,
Oh, Patrick, all of this world is just full of idiots now. When's the revolution coming? I'll be at the
I don't
front.
know, but I'm pretty confident that I'm on the side that's going to win.
Yeah, me too. I take solace and I find peace in the fact, God forbid this ever happens. But if it did, I relax in the fact that if there ever was a political civil war again, we all know, you liberals definitely know you're gonna get spanked. It's not gonna be a competition because what do you guys have? You got vegans on your side. You got the weird in betweeners between the boy and the girls. You got no guns. You're definitely not gonna have the military on your side.
The in-betweeners?
Yeah, the trannies. Is that hate speech now? Saying trannies? We wanted that the term for a long time. Or
Well,
can we? Is that their word?
You can't say tranny.
Is it their word?
I don't know whose word it is, and I'm going to continue to use it, but you can't say it. It's like, you know what? It's like the word retarded.
Yeah,
That somehow is a bad word.
I use whatever word. The only word I ever stay away from is the N word because I think that's just a bad word altogether.
You know what? I'm not even going to say. I've said it. I usually end it. I use it with an A at the end of it. But if you grow up where I grew up listening to gangster rap, you're going to say it.
P-Town.
Yeah. Now,
if I'm listening to a song and I'm not, in mixed company, I might sing along to it or, rap along, I should say.
Well, I mean, I said it to my friend at work. A black guy said, "My," he doesn't care because he knows where it's coming from.
Yeah.
The only two curse words I won't use are "G damn it" and the C word that rhymes with runt.
Why would you use that word?
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
It's filthy. I find that a filthy word.
I think that's a funny word.
Well, so is boner. I'm not going to say it though. I think it's a disgusting, derogatory word to use towards somebody.
Yeah, some people need to be called that stuff, Patrick, because that's what they are.
I just call them an asshole. There's plenty of other words I can use that I have no problem saying.
But that word, the C word, is just harsher. And some people need harsher. They got put in their place. I don't say the N word. I will call someone the runt.
Hey now.
I say, listen up, you little runt. Or you're acting like one, So stop. What is it?
An ex I guess I would call her a maid. said on multiple occasions she saw Michael Jackson with little boys in his bedroom where he kept a jacuzzi. Michael would have his underwear floating in the water and the little underwear floating in the water together. If they weren't floating in the water, they were outside on the floor around the jacuzzi. So I would find stuff like that. With all the little boys, he would hold their hands and kiss them, and they would fight for Michael's love. It was a strange environment to watch. Anybody that doesn't think the King of Pop molested kids is in a fantasy land.
I haven't done enough research to have a belief whether he is or isn't.
I can tell you why you know he did it.
Why?
I'll tell you. Because every single person that thinks he didn't do it, you put the same allegations, evidence, and trials against your next door neighbor, Joe Schmo living 2 houses down, you were going to automatically think he did it. The only people that think he didn't do it are thinking that because of celebrity. That's it.
My mom's a pretty firm believer that he didn't do it. I think you know that already, though.
I guarantee you, with what she knows, she would not let him babysit her grandkids.
I wouldn't let anyone that's not family want to babysit my grandkids.
You know what I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know,
he was a weird dude. If I could say anything for certain, Michael Jackson was a weird dude.
Yeah, and if you think he didn't do it, why is he paying $20 million a pop for charges to go away? If I'm innocent of that, I'm fighting the charges. I'm not giving you a $20 million check. And not only that, all the accusers were from single-parent homes with no fathers. And most of the kids were sick. Either they were fighting some kind of disease or they were crippled. He built his house with the sole purpose of attracting children. Neverland Ranch.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, that's what he called it. It was an amusement park with animals and stuff. And I saw the Martin Bashir special when he said him and the little boys would have hot milk and cookies and sleep in bed. It was very sweet. No, that's not sweet, Michael. That's not sweet.
It's weird.
It's weird. It's at the very minimum weird. But if there's enough allegations, they're probably going to have some fact. And if you're going to tell me that we need to believe all women, then why not believe all children?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
I think you should believe children more than you should believe all women. Children are so pure.
But they can be manipulated. You weren't born yet, but there was something that happened in Manhattan Beach called the McMartin preschool trials, and there was a preschool in Manhattan Beach that dealt with allegations of child molestation, which grew into satanic rituals and some kind of huge chain. My aunt, who worked for the LA County Department of Mental Health, she was a registered nurse. She did a lot of the pre-screening for these kids. She told my uncle and my parents that she didn't believe anything happened. And eventually, big trial, you can look it up. It's still out there. The preschool was burned down. The people were shunned. The McMartins were shunned. And it turned out nothing happened.
Oh, that's terrible.
So no, I don't think anyone should be believed strictly based on their word. If you were to say they should be listened to, sure, I'll listen to you. But you got to have something more than just saying it happened.
Yeah, you need proof.
Some kind of proof.
Yeah. All right. We've been pretty serious this podcast. Have you finished Punisher season 2?
Yes.
And your thoughts?
It was good.
You like how he just put spoilers? 3, 2, 1. Spoiler, go now. Do you like how he just put 2 and Billy?
I loved it. That was pure
Punisher.
Frank Castle.
Yeah.
The end there when he put 2 right in him, no sympathy, no nothing. That's exactly how he should have handled it. And the very end when he
the last shot.
Oh my God! When he says, "I've got a job," and he goes in and all those gang members are trying to figure out who called him.
Yeah.
And he just mows everyone down.
That shot, I was like, oh, that's amazing.
Give me season 3.
I really hope. It seems like they made this season with, the implication that it was getting canceled.
Well, it may be going to the Disney Channel.
Yeah, maybe. No more blood. But, I put his Punisher, battle roar thing on par with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine roar. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
He's perfect as Punisher. He's awesome.
He is awesome. But most of the casting of these superhero characters has been spot on. Even if you had doubts about it when you heard it, once you see it, it's pretty damn good.
I can't believe Ben Affleck's out as Batman.
Oh, it's very painful.
He to me is the best live action Batman. Anyone that disagrees or thinks he's bad, you're wrong. I'm sorry. Anyone that thinks he was bad was wrong. Not that disagrees.
Yeah, if they think he sucks as Batman, they are wrong.
They haven't read a comic ever.
No, I will say that I think Christian Bale was as good as Batman Year One as Ben Affleck was as Batman that's been fighting crime for 25 years.
Yeah.
They just played Batman at a different point in their lives.
Everyone's whole quarrel was like, Batman doesn't use guns. Batman doesn't kill. I'm like, I don't think, this isn't, the vanilla Batman. This is Dark Knight Returns Batman. If you don't know that story, you're not going to like this, but that's a great storyline.
Sure, and not only that, Batman in the very, very early comics, the first year he, was created, was guns.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was an amazing Batman.
If one of our 5 listeners want to Google that, if they don't believe me, go ahead and Google it.
Fact check Patrick.
Fact check me. I'm all about the fact check. Oh, and also leave your questions. We don't have a call-in portion, but if you got something with a problem that one of us is saying, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'll answer.
Yeah.
Your mom.
Podcast will reply to you.
Yeah. I gave her a thumbs up. I didn't agree with it. But she got a thumbs up.
Yep. But yeah, Ben Affleck, such a good Christian Bale, good Batman, for the universe he was in. Fantastic. Ben Affleck, perfect Batman for the universe he was in. I preferred his Batman over Christian Bale's because I really like the beefed up, brawler, sure. 0 F's given Batman to Bale's because I think it's cooler. Well, Bale is great too.
Well, yeah, and like I said, it's just a matter of the timing. Yeah. But again, if you read Frank Miller's Year One, that's Christian Bale. If you read Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns, that's Ben Affleck.
Yeah. If I don't see a John Hamm Batman now, I'm going to lose my mind.
You're not going to see it because they've already said that the next Batman, at least in the movie The Batman, which is what's going to be titled, is they're going with a younger version.
Is it going to be a black transgender Batman this time? Because that's what we need.
If that happened, I wouldn't watch it.
Neither would I. I might watch it so I can make fun of it in the podcast and trash on it.
Well, I'll let you spend your money on it. I would not pay a movie ticket to see that.
You think I would spend my money on that? First time I watched Infinity War was online, which I regret doing. But
that's just crazy because you knew Infinity War was going to be excellent.
Yeah. I have a coworker, he's a real comic purist. He hated Infinity War because it wasn't at all like the Infinity,
It's like the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
Tell that coworker that's the same kind of person that when the first Spider-Man came out with Tobey Maguire, they were pissed off that his webbing was organically ejected from his wrists versus making the webbing and putting a little mechanical device.
Yeah.
Even the late great Stan Lee said that was a good idea.
Oh, I miss Stan Lee. It's still processing that he's gone.
Really?
Yeah, it's a weird
get over that.
What's up?
The best way to get over that is to get over that.
Oh, I know. Famous words by you and my dad. Yeah. But Yeah, that last shot in Punisher season 2 was perfect.
Yeah.
I got the biggest like smile when I saw that. I was like, "Oh, this is so good." And then the whole what's it called tribute to Stan Lee right as the music's going, and I was like, "This is rough." I felt bad for Billy a little bit this season. They had me feeling bad for him until he killed all those strippers, or I don't know if they were strippers or not. But to
Yeah,
set
I don't
Frank
know what
up.
they were. Yeah.
But yeah, I felt bad for him up till that point because I was like, oh, he's still, a little crazy. He did a really good
Just a
job.
little bit.
Did you know the actor that played Billy is British?
No, why would I know that?
I didn't know it either. Why are British actors so good at doing American accents? But I don't see a lot of American actors doing British accents, and when they do, they're always not fantastic.
That's, you know what? They actually explain that. And for some reason, linguists or linguistically, an American accent is easier than a British one.
Hmm.
And I forget the reason.
I'd have to research that. That's interesting, though.
Yeah.
I can't do like I could do. I think I could do like average British accent. One accent I've never been able to like understand or do is like South African. I don't get it. I can't understand it. I could do the Black Panther thing because that's so out there. But South African's like sounds like just a whole mix of African and British and Australian and everything. And like,
Do the Black Panther thing.
let me think of what I could say.
Say the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
The rain in Spain. Okay. I can't do it right now. You put me on the spot. I froze.
Okay, activate the shields, engage all defenses, and get this man a shield or whatever he said.
Engage all defenses and get this man a shield. That's how he says it.
Hey, that wasn't terrible.
Yeah. I could not do the rain plane thing. But like South African, I don't know. I don't even know what they're saying. I know how to do it. Oh, speaking of, I don't know what. Oh, I know. It reminded me. I like linked it to Leonardo DiCaprio because of Blood Diamond. But you know what? I just rewatched Django.
Never saw it.
You never saw Django Unchained?
Nope.
Oh, Patrick, you're missing out. That is a cool movie. It's a good movie too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you see it?
I don't know.
Is it because you're a racist?
Yes,
Do you hate Jamie Foxx?
absolutely. No, I love Jamie Foxx. I
Yeah,
love his
that's
movies.
a cool movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I was channel surfing one night and it came down to that or Inglorious Bastards.
Oh,
And Inglorious Bastards won because I'm more about killing Nazis than slavery.
yeah.
And but no, I mean, I would watch it if I was channel surfing. It was about to start.
Yeah, you should
Um,
watch it. It's really good.
I'm not going to hunt it down, but yeah, I started watching Blue Planet too, and
Is that like a Planet Earth type thing?
yeah, about the ocean. So
Mm.
good, so good. It's on Netflix.
I've never
It's a
really
10-parter.
liked that stuff, mainly because I just don't care. I've never been into it.
Oh, it's so great.
Mm. So yeah, I rewatched Django, and I'm on a whole just Western kick right now with Red Dead and all this stuff coming out. I rewatched Django. I'm like, I just want to be a cowboy.
Well, we already know you want to carry 2 guns.
Yeah,
Did you ever find out about that, by the way?
I didn't. I totally forgot to research it, but
You know what?
I don't think it's. I'll have to look it up.
Keep talking. I'm going to look it up right now and see
Well,
if I
that's
can
what
find.
I'm doing.
Can I
You really carry more than one handgun.
carry more than one handgun? For you listening, you're seeing behind the curtain right now.
USAcarry.com.
Can I carry more?
It says some
than
places it's illegal. Let me see. Because the Constitution doesn't say I have the right to carry one gun at a time. It says right to bear arms. Arms! With an S. Multiple. I should have as many as I want. The walking Punisher. That's what I'll be.
Arizona gun laws. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I gotta look for Arizona. More, whatever.
Arizona's quick facts for concealed carry permits. Can you carry in your vehicle? Yes. Must you notify the officer? No. Can you carry in state parks? Yes. Are no weapon signs enforced? Yes. Is open carry permitted? Yes. Can you carry in a bar? You got to see details. And it's constitutional carry.
In Texas, you can be licensed to carry more than one revolver or semi-auto pistol, but you can only carry what is on the license. So you have to license those specific guns, and you can only carry those more than one at a time.
Hey, and according to this, Arizona's reciprocity laws basically accept most other recognized other permits, except the very liberal states of California, Oregon, Washington, Hawaii, Minnesota, Illinois, New York, and then New England area.
So I probably could carry more than one here, but I'd have to just double check that. Because I wouldn't mind just walking around, two nice little 6-shooters on my hip.
Little 6-shooters. Did you figure
Not
out
little, big old 6-shooters, I should say.
Did you figure out what kind of gun you're going to buy?
I was looking at cost wise. A lot of people at work carry. They said XDs are good. When they can do like cost and what's it called, and quality, like it's pretty good. So XD 1911s are like what I kind of want. And maybe like a Smith and Wesson revolver.
Mm-hmm.
Nice one. Those things are cool. Or a Ruger. Those look nice. The ones I've looked at. Can you imagine what if I just showed up? Just 2 guns. Yeah, I'm on a whole Western kick right now, especially after watching Django last night again. I'm just like, okay, I need.
Did you finish Red Dead?
No, I haven't finished the story yet. I've been in online. Speaking of Xbox Live, I've been playing online. I play with like 3 core people pretty religiously. We always party up like pretty much every day for like an hour or 2 and just hang out, talk, and play games, farm money and stuff. And yesterday I got suspended for a week from Xbox Live, like doing party chat and stuff to be able to talk to the friends. And let me tell you why. Dumb reason. Microsoft, you idiots, run your company right. So I'm in the game with one of the guys I play with, regularly. We're hunting, we're getting like the skins and stuff to go sell. And this posse of like 3 people rolled up on us, and they were killing us. And we couldn't kill them because they were a lot better than us. They're more accurate stuff. And I was getting frustrated. We were fighting them for like 10 minutes or so. We couldn't kill them. And I was like, you know what? Let's just hop to like a different lobby where they aren't, and do it. And he's like, okay. So we hopped into a different lobby. Next thing I know, they spawn on us in that lobby and start killing us again. So I knew that they went to our Xbox profile and pressed join game, because when you do that, that's when they spawn you right on them. So it's like, okay, they followed us and they kept doing it. So I messaged the leader and I said, do you want to F off yet? And he reported me and I got suspended. And I was like, are you serious? And so I tried to appeal it. I said, listen, this is what happened. We were getting griefed in the game. And I said, and they followed us out, outside the game. They had to use the Xbox Live party and social system to follow us and keep doing it. And I said, in no way did my message, attack them, harass them, bully them, belittle them. It had a profane word in it. Maybe I shouldn't have used a profane word, but in no way did I, harass them. I said, I think this is an unfair ban, and I think it should be lifted. I said, especially considering the circumstances. As you can imagine, it's very frustrating. And nope, they were like Microsoft. You know, I'm gonna paraphrase here. Microsoft said, you know, cursing warning, mother, if you're listening. Microsoft basically said, you know, fuck you. You're a worthless piece of shit. We don't care that you pay money to use our system, and this bad thing happened to you in the game, and we're gonna bend you over and, you know, do what we want because we can, and because we don't know how to run a company because you know, Microsoft's run by retards apparently. That's what they said to me. That was a paraphrase though. You know, that wasn't word for word.
Why don't
Yeah.
you join the dark side and come over to the PS4?
You know what? I really, really want to, but you know, I don't got that. I'm not very liquid right now with money, so
Oh, I know that feeling.
yeah. But you know, we'll see. I did just get a raise last Sunday.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you very much. Because, you know, I'm on the road to being trained to be assistant manager of the department right now because we need one. And so, you know, I was talking to the owner. I'm not going to name any companies right now. You know, anything, because, you know, what's the word?
I don't know.
Disclosure stuff. The owner, you know, came and was talking to all of us, and one of, you know, my bosses for what I do, he was telling me, he's like, before we put you in, you know, assistant manager training, we have to put you in through lead training because you never technically went through like the official lead, you know, shift training and stuff. So we got to put you through that. And he said, you know, he was like, it'll be like, you know, 2-3 weeks. And then once you're done with that, we can start doing your technical assistant, you know, manager training. And I was like, you know, okay. You know, I couldn't really get mad. I was like, I've been here like, what, 2 months? And I'm already getting, you know, promotions and stuff. It's fine. I was like, you know, that kind of sucks, 2-3 weeks. And then, you know, a few days later, the owner comes in, he's talking to us. And, you know, he's like, you know, so what's, you know, the situation with Emilio right now? And, you know, my other manager or the boss that said that, he was like, you know, we're putting him through lead training. Should be done 2-3 weeks. And the owner's like, no. He's like, he's past lead. He's like, here, you know, fill out the promotion paperwork today, send it over. He's like, you know, Emilio, you're a lead now. He's like, your raise will be, you know, in effect as of Sunday. And this was this past Sunday. And so now I'm, you know, finishing doing that, doing like the assistant training now. So that's where it is. So maybe with the raises and stuff, I'll be able to save up for PS4. I do want to save up for my guns too. Because I need a gun at this point, you know. And yeah, I do still want my PC and everything. Maybe get some like a good mic for podcasting and stuff. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to save up for.
Yeah.
But
you know, what's going to be the first thing you do?
Whew. It's between PC and a handgun, honestly. I'm leaning more towards handgun.
Yeah.
Because, you know, PC's not going to protect me.
No, that's unless you throw it at them.
I don't think I'm strong enough to throw a full PC setup at someone far away from me.
Yeah, I know. And this is for the streaming dream that you're still pursuing?
Yeah, I want to do it. You know, I feel like there's other stuff that I'm destined to do, but that still really interests me. It'd be nice to do it. And, you know, why not just give it a shot? You know, I have nothing better to do on my days off and stuff, so might as well, you know. Yeah. I want to put together, I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, if I was talking to you or if I was talking to like Albert one day. I want to like put together a full, you know, like everyday carry. Like, you know, whenever I go out, just things I have to have on me, like emergencies and stuff, like tactical stuff, you know, because you never know what can happen. I think it's just nice to be prepared. The more, you know, I go, you know, hindsight's 2020. I wish I would have done like Boy Scouts when I was little.
Sure.
But yeah, I want to put like, you know, get stuff in me. Like whenever I go out now, socially, not to work, and I always bring a jacket or like a sweater of some sort. Now I put on like my multi-tool on my belt.
Yeah.
It's like one of the Gerber like plier ones, and you open them and it's all the knives and stuff on the inside. I always carry that. and I always carry lockpicks in my coat. You never know, Patrick. Look, there's no you can only benefit from carrying these things every day. Right?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
what do you have to lose?
Look, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's funny when you talk about it.
I thought I was gonna, so you heard my first. I thought I was gonna be a superhero story when that stuff was happening outside my apartment. I had a second one where I thought I was gonna have to do something.
Out of that,
Huh?
we all got a good laugh out of that.
I've got another one.
Oh,
So
please.
I'm driving on the way to work one morning, and kind of slow traffic and stuff. And I noticed walking down like on the sidewalk, towards me in like my direction, going the other way. There's like a couple. A couple. I don't know what they were. I'm assuming there's two white people, and it looked like the guy was yelling at this girl and stuff. He was like, she looked obviously very upset and stuff, and she's walking away, and he's like out in front, like looking back at her and walking back. He's like yelling at her and doing a bunch of crazy stuff. I was like, what in the world's going on? And he would do things that I was like, he's totally gonna hit her right now or something. Like there were times where I thought he was going to because it looked like he was gonna do something. And so I was like, if like he hits her like right here, like you can't stand by as a decent, human being, right?
If I saw a dude hitting a chick, I'm gonna throttle him.
Yeah, like as a decent, human being and a man, we should protect women. You can't just watch it.
I can say that that I'm not a decent human being, but I am a man, and I would try to intervene if I saw a beating going on, even if regardless of the gender of the victim.
Yeah, I always feel a little more liable if I saw a woman getting beaten on by a man than a man beating on another man.
Because our initial reaction is to protect.
Yeah.
But I went to school with some girls that would whoop a guy's ass. We're talking about chicks that were in the Bloods.
Yeah.
I've never been one to say I would never hit a woman. I've always said I would never hit a woman in anger or frustration.
Yeah.
But in self-defense, I'll knock her out. I don't care. If you're coming at me swinging, I'm swinging back. I don't care what your gender is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to sustain the ass whooping that you're going to get, but I'm certainly not going to let you hit me just because you have a vagina.
Yeah. I'm all for self-defense. And whenever you see like what's it called? Whenever I see fight videos of like someone gets knocked out, like very obviously knocked out, and the person that knocks them out continues and goes on top of them and keeps beating them, it makes me sick.
Yeah,
you won the fight already. Like there's self-defense and then there's assault. You're now assaulting this person. You're not defending yourself.
Right.
So, if I knock someone out, it's over. I would check if they were okay. Help them out any way I could. Because they obviously learned their lesson. I wouldn't get on top and keep bashing their face in or something, I don't want to kill anyone.
Well, yeah. And, I think it's safe to say that you ain't knocking nobody out.
Me?
No, absolutely not.
You know what? That's why I carry the tools. I think I could. I've gotten a lot stronger since my senior year and that sad boxing display that doesn't exist anymore because we don't talk about it. But I think I do a lot better now. I got a little stronger.
Yeah, you're stronger. You're solid. You're one of the few college students that went away to college and came back bigger.
The few?
Yeah,
I think every student does that.
because they're eating spaghetti or ramen the entire time while they're starving as a college student. You actually came back looking like you'd been eating, steaks and shit.
Everything.
I remember
Yeah.
even joked about that with you. I'm like, dude, you don't look like you're struggling up there.
Nope.
And your mom says, I know, huh?
I wasn't. I was lazy up there. But, I'm losing weight now, being poor and on a budget, eating just chicken and rice and vegetables. That's all I really eat for dinner now.
There's no better diet than being poor and having no money. Having said that, I got a 3x3 from In-N-Out today.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. It was fantastic.
I got a calzone for lunch today because I was like, I'm gonna spoil myself.
Calzones are good, man.
Calzones are delicious, and you know what? They're more convenient than pizza.
What? Because you can eat it while you're driving.
That and you pick it up. They're just delicious things.
You pick up pizza too, doofus.
Oh, I mean, I guess it's not as messy though. Like it's covered, it's pocket. Pizza, you have the risk of dripping stuff or stuff sliding off.
It's not like you're picking up a slice of pizza and then having a seizure, and it's just flopping everywhere and sauce is flying around the room.
Like you're Michael J. Fox eating, right?
Wow. Anyway, speaking of pizza, today is not today. Saturday is National Pizza Day. And so there are some pizza chains that are having pretty good deals, including Blaze Pizza, which is basically, like Pieology, 2 pizzas for $10.
At Blaze Pizza?
Yep.
That's a great deal. Blaze Pizza is really good too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to get it.
If there's a Blaze around here, I might do it. Hopefully that place, because I went and got it at the Calzone, because where I work, we're 3 doors down from it, like a really nice pizza place, like a small one.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the holes in the walls that have the best food. Same with like Mexican food. You can go to like a restaurant with Mexican food, get some good food, but it's always like what it is too. It's always the ones that have the super the ones that have the roof panels that go like all the way down the building, the side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about like Alfredo's.
Yeah.
It's always those buildings that have the best Mexican
Alfredo sucks though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the building.
Alfredo's is awful.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
what was I saying?
Talking about?
What were we talking about? Oh, the superhero thing. But yeah, I saw the dude doing that, and I was like, I'm gonna have to do something. And I damn well hope I'm not the only one that gets out of my car to go do something. We got all this traffic. Someone better come help me.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
in case. He was a scrawny looking tweaker white dude. I'm sure I could have.
I don't know, man.
Broken him in half. He might have that tweaker strength.
Yeah. Me and
he's scrawny.
Me and an ex went to a gas station once, and this guy was, asking for change, and I thought I was being polite, and I, as I'm turning around to go to the pumps, he's asking someone in a van for change, and I drive by slowly, and I said, "Hey, sorry, bro, I don't have any." Figuring that would be the polite thing to do, so he didn't have to waste his time asking. So I park, I go up to the window and pay and say, put $20 in it was a Prius. So I didn't have to put a lot of money into it. And I said, yeah, $20 into the Prius. So I come back, he's leaning on the car.
Oh gosh.
And I said, hey bro, you want to, get off the car? He's like, oh yeah, okay. So I'm sitting there, and obviously the guy was under the influence of something. He starts talking shit. Right. And I know
chose the wrong guy.
Yeah, and I know the ex is in the car and she's hearing this. And, I'm like, dude, so just, stop. Right. So I go, I'm pumping the gas, and I go, I'm talking to her, and I go back and I, put the the pump back in the holder. And as I'm walking back to the door to get in the car, he throws down the little backpack he's carrying and he says, "You want to fight?" And I turned around and I said, "What?" Because I legitimately didn't hear him. And he said, "I said, you want to fight?" Now, homeless guys always got weapons, knives, something like that. So, I'm already thinking of that. And I says, "Well, it ain't going to be much of a fight, but yeah, if you want to throw hands, come at me." And he kept saying, "Oh, you want to fight?" And I says, yeah, I do. Come on. I said, "You challenged me. Come at me."
Yeah.
And he just stood there behind the car, a good 15 feet behind the car. So, obviously he didn't want to because, again, he challenged me and he was going to be the one to come at me. So I get in the car and he's still jawing. And, the ex yells out something like, "Shut the fuck up," because he wouldn't shut up. She told me later that day when we got home, she says the main thing she was worried about is if he had said something to her.
Ooh, you would have killed him,
because
huh?
I would have hurt him bad.
Yeah.
And she said, "I know how you would get." And I says, "Oh yeah, I would have." One of the angriest I've ever gotten was when some guy. I'll tell the story for the audience. You already know the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's my high school girlfriend in the front seat of my car. Your dad is in the back seat, and my girlfriend's sister is in the back seat. They're not dating. We're just going out to get some Chinese at this restaurant that I really liked in Ontario. So we're driving, and this was back in the day when people would get names and stuff stenciled on the back of their car, like white paint.
Yeah.
So the back of my car said my name, it said the ex's name, and it had a little heart in the middle with a pair of boxing gloves hanging from the heart.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty douchey. So anyway, this car of two guys and two girls pulls up, and one of the guys says to your father, because we had our windows rolled down, he says, "Hey, don't I know you?" Your dad's response was, "Yeah, that was me with your mother on my lap."
Oh my gosh, my dad said that?
Yes, your dad said that. Now, later on, I'd asked him why he said something like that. And he said he just felt that this guy was going to start some shit.
Yeah.
So he wanted to get the first dig in. And I'm like, okay. So we're laughing. Everybody's laughing. It's because it's funny because your dad and one of these guys is going back and forth. And it was fine. We're driving. And then the guy says, and I'll call her Susan. He says, "Hey, Susan." Now, granted, that's what I get for putting her name on the back window. And immediately, I was on alert. And I forget what he said, or I blocked it out because I remember everything else about the story except that. But I flew into a rage. And I said, "Pull your fucking car over." And it must have been the way I said it or looked because they all stopped laughing and looked straight ahead. There was even one time when we came to a red light where I opened my car door and was going to get out, and the light turned green, so I had to get back in the car. So now we're driving. I want to kill them. And now we're coming up to the street where I got to turn to go to the restaurant. And I'm debating, do I follow this car or do I just turn to get food? So because I had other people in the car with me, I decided to turn. So we go in, we sit down, and I said, "Don't anyone say anything to me for like 10 minutes.
You're mad?
I was that mad. And when 10 minutes was up, I looked at your dad and I started laughing. I said, "Dude, I was pretty pissed, wasn't I?" And he said,
you're like James McAvoy in Split, huh?
"You know what? There's something about you disrespecting the female that I'm with
Yeah.
that just sets me off."
I'm very, protective / territorial like that too. I'm like, you know what? I'll go off.
Now that I'm retelling the story, I look back on it. Your dad started it.
It's all his fault.
Yeah. If your dad had kept his mouth shut or just rolled up the window, none of this would have happened. But he had to say, that was me with your mother on my lap.
My dad had a mouth, didn't he?
Yeah.
Does he still, but we just don't see it?
Yes. I see it all the time. Your dad, you already know how your dad is, but you don't know. He was a little pot stirrer. There was one time he was getting in trouble with some dudes from school, probably because of a girl. And this guy was supposed to bring a ton of people. So he lets his friends know. So we're all there. Your dad didn't even show up.
Oh my gosh.
Now, later on, he said he heard that somebody there was going to have a gun. Well,
Oh.
how about letting us know? Because we were there. He never told us.
He just left you guys there?
He left us there. This is the same man. We were having a paintball fight up in Mount Falls. And I'm on this rock. Next thing I know, the rock that I'm hiding behind is being just pelted from two directions, one of them by a deputy sheriff friend of mine. I turn around, your dad's gone. He ran off into the woods. You know what he said?
What?
He said to get a better vantage point or something like that.
Were you like, you left me? He was like, I was waiting for you.
Yeah, I was waiting on you to catch up to me. When your house was being built and your parents first moved into it, your backyard was open. There was tumbleweeds and all kinds of weeds back there. Maybe not tumbleweeds. I'm just exaggerating, but the entire backyard, there was no concrete yet. It was just dirt and weeds. Okay, me and your dad are watching TV, and your sister and your mom decide to try to scare us. And they do something, and I turn around and I said, "Dude, someone's in your backyard." So what do I do? What does dummy Patrick do? Gets up and goes out the front door to catch them.
Is this at night?
Yes. Where's my friend? In the house. I didn't even have my backup. You see what I'm talking about?
Yep. I remember there was a time. Oh, I think we'll end on this story after this story. We've been going a long time. There's a time because our house right in front of that field. Bianca was home alone, and we were getting back from somewhere, and we saw the silhouette of like someone or some like jumping. We could see him jumping the fence that's in our backyard to get like into the field. Like he's jumping from our backyard into the field. And we were like, what in the world? And so Bianca, we're knocking on the door and she opens it all scared. She's like, there was like guys, out here on the porch and they were knocking and stuff and they wouldn't go away. And so then my dad, he went and he said he like went into the field and followed them. And he was like, what the heck are you guys doing here? They're like, oh, just having a smoke and stuff. He's like, why are you in my backyard? And they didn't say anything. And so my dad just took a picture of the plates and I think he called the police or something. But, let me just say this. Well, if I wasn't so young at the time and I went with my dad, I would not have hesitated. I wouldn't be like, we're taking pictures of the plates. We're going to kill him. Jeez, we're going to beat him.
Well, in all fairness, all jokes aside, your dad of the two of us is the much smarter.
Yeah, he's not as temperamental
and more common sense person. Even when we used to play EverQuest, I had a wizard. Mm-hmm. Okay, I wore cloth. Yet who was the first one running into the fight all the time? The guy that can't take any hits.
Mm-hmm.
I was basically
just like when we ran Dungeons and Warcraft.
Yeah, I was Leroy Jenkins before Leroy Jenkins.
You were Patrick. Done.
Yeah, your dad is the thinker, and calling the cops or ignoring the situation is the smart thing to do. Yeah. And believe it or not, I've gotten much better at it. I'm just not all the way there.
Yeah, I'm still young and full of testosterone and ready to get fresh with anyone, so I'm not there just yet. I probably should wise up.
You should.
That's why I started carrying my knives and stuff everywhere, just in case. That's why I want to get a gun. If I'm gonna be a hero, I better be ready to, do hero things.
Be very, very careful. You have to, well, California is different, but you have to be so careful if you use your firearm here.
Oh, I know.
You know, the odds are you could be arrested anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're going to be detained no matter what. It's just a matter of if you actually have any legal issues after that,
Unless unless you shoot a home intruder.
Yeah.
If you're carrying and you shoot out in the public, even if it's justified, you better have witnesses.
Yeah. Oh, that's real. Oh. Self-defense is starting to get, legislated way too much. But, well, yeah. So I think that's a good note to end on.
What, shooting people?
Yeah. Best note to end on. Everyone. No, I'm not going to say that. I get in trouble for that. All right. So this was Hoy Hoys and Dilly Dillies, episode 6. My name is Emilio.
And I am Patrick.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.